New users of the Thompson Retractor find that there is a short learning curve to utilizing the system. The following are some of the more common questions that arise with new users. If you encounter an issue not covered here or need further assistance, please call our toll-free number at 800-227-7543. In this segment, we will cover the following: placement of the rail clamp on the OR table, placement of the quick frame crossbar or extension arms, placement of the bilateral crossbar. Retractors are too close or too far away from the operative site. Precise placement of retractors. Difficulty placing a joint on the retractor frame. Needing a retractor where there is not an extension arm to attach it to. Multiple planes of retraction are needed in the same area. Retractor blades need to be angled in or out. Placement of the rail clamp on the OR table. Improper placement of the rail clamp can obstruct access to the operative site and inconveniently be in the OR team's way. It can also make it more difficult to set up the retractor frame. Therefore, proper placement of the Elite 2 rail clamp on the OR table is essential to efficient utilization. In most instances, the rail clamp should be placed on the OR table opposite the primary surgeon. A general guideline for proper placement is 8 to 12 inches above or below the incision. Placement of the quick frame crossbar. Proper placement of the quick frame crossbar is essential to good retraction. There are two aspects to placement: distance from the incision and height above the patient. The crossbar should be placed approximately 6 to 8 inches away from the incision and just above the horizon of the patient, approximately 1 inch above the surface. To adjust the position, simply relax the tension or remove the retractors, grasp the crossbar, release the cam joint on the rail clamp, reposition, and lock back into place. Placement of the bilateral crossbar. Placing the bilateral crossbar too close or too far from the operative site can make retraction difficult. A general guideline for placement is 6 to 8 inches away from the incision. To adjust the position of the bilateral crossbar, relax the tension or remove any retractors in place. You and your assistant simultaneously grasp the bilateral crossbar, release the cam joints on the rail clamps, reposition, and lock into place. Retractors are too close or too far away from the operative site. An exclusive feature of the Thompson Retractor is the independent adjustment of the extension arms. A general guideline for placement of the extension arms are 6 to 8 inches away from the incision. Improper placement may cause retractors to be either too close or too far from the operative site. To adjust the placement of an extension arm, relax the tension or remove retractors, grasp the extension arm with one hand, and simultaneously release the cam joint holding the arm in place with the other hand. Reposition the arm as needed and lock in place. Precise placement of retractors. A unique feature of the Thompson Retractor is the frame's spring-like flexibility. The spring in the frame holds the blade exactly where you want it. The spring tension of the frame can be utilized by compressing it toward the incision while retracting the structure. When desired exposure is obtained, have your assistant lock the retractor in place. Difficulty placing a joint on the retractor frame. If you find it difficult to place a cam joint onto the frame, make sure the words "unlocked" on the cam joint handle are facing up. With the handle in the unlocked position, snap the joint onto the frame. You can leave the joint in the unlocked position as it will not fall off. When ready, lock. In the locked position, the words "locked" will be showing. Needing a retractor where there is not an extension arm to attach it to. Note that the swiveling blades allow the retractor handles to be positioned out of the team's way. This feature may also be used to place retractors where there are no framing arms. Multiple planes of retraction are needed in the same area. Multiple planes of tissue may be retracted with the Thompson Retractor. Retractors may be placed over each other by utilizing the swivel feature of each handle-blade combination. For example, one retractor may be positioned to retract the wall of the incision, and a second retractor may be added to retract soft tissue in the same area. Retractor blades need to be angled in or out. Sometimes it may be necessary to toe in, toe out, or angle a retractor blade. This can be accomplished two different ways. When using a CAM2 clip-on joint with handle, the blade handle may be swiveled and rotated off to the side. Once the retractor blade is positioned properly, it is locked in place. The Thompson is the only retractor system with cam joints strong enough to hold retractors in this fashion. Angling handles are available in both Cam 2 and Crank 2 clip-on joints. The angling handle allows simple adjustment of the blade angle. Without pressure on the blade, rotate the thumb screw to adjust the blade to the desired position. A hex bolt wrench is available to adjust the angle under tension. Note that both the Cam 2 and Crank 2 joints rotate for better positioning.